sir. You already know exactly what time it is, man. We are back here to serve some more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. Just got the pound and are ready for the next round. So with that being said, make sure you grab your snacks, your drinks, your weed, whatever the fuck the case may be, and we're going to jump right into this episode. Yeah, I got a beanie on today because I could not find my other damn hat. It pissed me off, but it is what it is. Who cares? The show's still going to go on. So with that being said, your boy Zelensky got kicked out of the Oval Office. Like, kicked out. He like crazy work. I guess him and Trump and J.D. Vance just kept going back and forth, and Zelensky, according to what I understand, doesn't want peace yet. For whatever fucking reason. Other than the fact that he gets money from the U.S. being in the middle of a war, even though his people are dying. But also, if I understand properly, he was never a politician to begin with. He was a comedian. He was a comedic actor who got elected as president as a joke. And now look at him. He is watching his people die, and he does not know what the hell to do about it. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this, man. We're going to see what's going on. He said style look fresh. Bet. Just dropped a new tape. Word. Man, my nose is dry today. And damn allergies. But, nah, man. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see what's going on. And we're going to jump right into it, man. Oh, shit. Hold on. Can't do that yet. Boom. And boom. Just like that. Alright. Let's get into it now. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Back to the White House. Jackie Heinrich has some new information for us. Jackie.
Yeah, I just went up to the press area to get an understanding of what we're watching. This is what I was told. The president has kicked Zelensky out of the White House. His delegation right
He said, when Lucas went over the Clippers today, he has now brought the Lakers to second seed in the NBA, while the Mavs are number 10. He scored on James Harden and yelled, "You can't fucking guard me." And Bro had over 30 points again, and he in shape. That's crazy. That boy got pissed.
now is telling him that he's got to go home. The president felt disrespected. Officials in the room felt that beyond the language barrier that we've heard some discussion about, Zelensky's body language, shrugging and eye rolling, was ungrateful, disrespectful, and the president feels that Zelensky is not ready for peace, and he can come back when he's ready to talk about peace, but he's not in that position right now, and Zelensky is being told he's got to go. The lunch that they were supposed to have is sitting right outside the hallway, and the press staffers are going to be eating that lunch. This is really pretty incredible. We see the SUV,
hang on with us for a
Zelensky's
moment. If you
SUV.
look to your left, you're going to see him. Let's watch.
That's crazy, bro. The press staffers are eating their lunches. That's how you know the meeting failed, or it was a bunch of bullshit. When your staff starts eating the lunch.
President Zelensky, can you tell us what happened?
Mineraalissopimuksen allekirjoittaminen peruttiin kokonaan ja Zelenskyi juuri astui autonsa.
Sign the minerals deal.
Jackie, it appears that even going into this meeting that this relationship was not great. About a week ago, President Trump called Zelensky a dictator. He was asked about that yesterday with the British Prime Minister, and he said, "Did I say that?" Next question. As if he wanted to brush that off and make sure that things today went smoother.
Well, Zelensky, we're told, was begging to stay and work this out. The Ukrainians were begging the president and the White House to continue talking. The president's having none of it. He felt that Zelensky's just not ready for peace, and this deal was not signed. There is no signing. There will be no joint press conference. The next time we're going to see the president is at departure. There he goes right behind me. Zelensky on his way out of the White House gate. No deal signed, no joint press conference, tensions at an all-time high between these two leaders. Really, the prospect of peace talks.
The fact that your own people dying and being slaughtered in front of you is not enough for you to sign a peace treaty. You have no business being in a position of leadership at all. Whatsoever.
Talks, what this means for the war that has raged on for 3 years. You cannot overstate what a moment in time we've just witnessed. And while the president left the invitation open to come back when you're ready to talk seriously about what it takes to achieve peace, Zelensky feels very dug in. He was dismissive of the U.S. overtures that you've got to accept a ceasefire first. You've got to deal with the other side. The divide between the two could not be wider. And so we expect to see the president at departure, Marine One departure later on this afternoon when he heads to Mar-a-Lago for.
But it's like he's a little kid who is getting what he wants until somebody else comes in and tells him, you gotta quit acting like that. And the kid don't want to quit acting like that. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, you a grown man. How is not seeing your own people get slaughtered enough for you to sign a peace deal? You can't make it up.
For the weekend. But that is the only other time we're going to hear directly from him. And I guess we'll hear from Zelensky on special report tonight. But that is going to be must-watch TV after what we've witnessed here today.
Crazy, man. Crazy. With that being said, let's move on to the next topic of this episode. It's going to be a rather short episode, just simply because, I've got things that have to get taken care of. But, where is it at? I guess it got deleted. Of course it did. What would it be without something screwing up? There it is. Ukrainians react to disastrous Trump-Zelensky meeting.
Живемо. Я ще з 14 року.
We've been living on and off from the Third World War since 2014, and from 2022 we live in it permanently.
Так ще. В легкій формі, то з 22-го року ми живемо в ній постійно. Нас вбивають, тому Зеленський те, що сказав, що
Well, Zelensky said that Putin cannot be trusted. This is mildly
Путін не може довіряти. Це дуже м'яко сказав. Ми бажаємо.
We think and we know that not only he cannot be trusted, Russia must be dismantled as imperium.
І знаємо, що йому не просто не може довіряти, їх треба знищити як імперію.
Думаю, що Трамп
Trump finally understood that Zelensky is a president that will not just give up. He is not a simple.
вже зрозумів, що Зеленський – це той президент, який просто так не здасться, і він не такий простий, як здається. Не можна довіряти
Neither Trump nor Putin can be trusted, but our president can, no question about
ні Трампу, ні Путіну. А от нашому президенту так, однозначно.
Я искренне считаю,
I think it could have been approached.
что это действительно могло быть более дипломатичнее, но с человеческой
But from the individual point of view, I can understand.
точки зрения я понимаю Зеленского, потому что
Because the tone of the dialogue with Trump and Vance, everything indicated it would.
то, что в принципе в каком тоне пошел диалог с Трампом и Венсом, все к этому шло. Да, можно было
Yes, it could have been more diplomatic, but we have what we have, and we will work closer with.
быть дипломатичней. Но есть что есть, будем дальше разгребаться с Европой, будем дружить. Надеюсь, США тоже
Still, I hope we have good relations with the.
будем в хороших отношениях. Вот это самое.
that this is what is most hurtful, that the agreement has not been signed.
Болезненная часть, то, что этот договор не был подписан, потому что терять
To lose such a valued ally like U.S. is really stupid, however bad the relations are.
такого ценного союзника, как США, очень глупо. Какие бы отношения ни были, если бы это соглашение было...
Had the agreement been signed, I believe the words would remain just words.
Было подписано, я считаю, что все вот эти слова остались бы словами. И действия...
The agreement and the participation of the U.S. in the mineral deal would stabilize
в виде там этого договора и участие США в работе по минералам Украины более стабилизировали бы эти отношения. Это очень страшно.
So, what it sounded like to me was, for most of the ones that were talking, it's like they indirectly want the war to go on. That's what it sounds like to me. Except for that last dude. That last dude sounded like he had some sense. That last dude sounded like he could see it from both points of view, and he thinks that agreement should have been signed. I don't know. Them other people were like, Trump can't be trusted and all that. Neither can Putin. That makes me sound like they don't want the peace treaty either, which is crazy. You see your own people dying and you don't want them to stop dying? Come on now. Look at this. Zelensky speaks after Trump meeting.
We will speak with President Zelensky in just a moment right here on set.
Oh, wow.
But first, to set the table and give context to today's Oval Office meeting, senior White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich joins us live from the North Lawn. Good evening, Jackie.
Good evening, Brett. No deal, no joint news conference, even though that meeting began warmly. The president wanted the minerals deal signed as back pay for previous U.S. support, while the peace talks continue with discussions for post-war security guarantees to come later, emphasizing the need for diplomacy with Russia. Zelensky warned not to trust Putin, again demanding security, and the world watched as it unraveled. Not even a handshake. Ukrainian President Zelensky's delegation piling into an SUV outside the West Wing after President Trump told him to leave the White House grounds. White House officials say the Ukrainians begged to reset as Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz delivered the news. The president posting online, Zelensky disrespected.
We had a very meaningful meeting in the White House today. Much was learned that can never be understood without conversation under such fire and pressure. It's amazing what comes out through emotion, and I have determined that President Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved, because he feels our involvement gives him a big advantage in negotiations. I don't want advantage, I want peace. He disrespected the United States of America in its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he is ready for peace.
Respected the United States of America in its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he is ready for peace.
Your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty.
The talks went off the rails. The Ukrainian ambassador visibly distressed, head in hand, as Zelensky again voiced the need for security guarantees, which were not part of the minerals deal. The U.S. viewing its stake in Ukraine's development as a guarantee of its own.
I met with Zelensky this morning. I urged him to stay on message, be grateful, be thankful. We'll talk about details of security guarantees later. Keep it upbeat, keep it positive. It was absolute, utter disaster.
Vice President Vance took offense to a history lesson from Zelensky that Russia has violated past peace agreements without security guarantees.
He broken this ceasefire. He killed our people.
You have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president.
I've been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have.
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour.
Democrats siding with Zelensky.
This is the Trump.
Of course they would side with Zelensky. They side with everybody who doesn't like America, bro. That makes no sense at all whatsoever.
Vance clown show, and it's horrifying.
Maybe you leave J.D. Vance outside of the room. You know, I didn't see our Secretary of State should have been involved in this conversation. I voted for him.
Trump holding the line, giving the lunch meant for Zelensky to staff.
He either needs to resign and send somebody over that we can do business with, or he needs to change.
Zelensky posted on social media thanks to President Trump, thanks to Congress, and to the American people. But that answer to Vice President Vance's demand was not enough to reset today. The president, now headed to Mar-a-Lago, said Zelensky won't accept an immediate ceasefire. Meantime, Ukrainian lawmakers are alarmed that Putin is laughing, and Russia did try to watch this closely today. A Russian state media reporter snuck into the Oval Office before getting kicked out.
Oh.
Brett.
Jackie Heinrich, live in the North Lawn.
Wait, what happened? Who snuck in there?
Ukrainian lawmakers are alarmed that Putin is laughing, and Russia did try to watch this closely today. A Russian state media reporter snuck into the Oval Office.
A Russian state media reporter snuck into the office
Before getting kicked out.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Brett.
Jackie Heinrich, live in the North Lawn. Jackie, thank you. We are pleased to welcome back to Special Report Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
That's the guy.
Mr. President, thank you for the time today, especially on this day, to continue to do this interview. President Trump said after your meeting that you disrespected him and the Vice President and all of America in the Oval Office. Do you think you did? And do you think you owe an apology to President Trump?
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for the invitation, for this dialogue, and good evening to all your country, to all Americans. I'm very thankful to Americans for all your support. You did a lot. I'm thankful to President Trump and to Congress bipartisan support. And I was always very thankful from all our people. You helped us a lot from the very beginning during 3 years of full-scale invasion. You helped us to survive. Anyway, we are strategic partners. And even in such...
So if we've helped you survive and whatnot, why would you not take our advice and sign the damn peace deal so you can live instead of just survive? Because there's a difference between living and surviving, bro. Surviving is barely getting by, bro, and like doing the most, like the absolute most, just for a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean the least amount. That's what surviving is. And this goofball is just insistent on surviving instead of living.
Tough dialogue, and I think we have to be very honest, and we have to be very direct to understand each other, because it's really, for us, very necessary to President Trump. And I'm with all respect that he wants to finish this war, but nobody wants to finish more than we, because we in Ukraine, we are in this war, we are in this battle, a battle for freedom, for our lives. So I'm just telling that I think that we have to be on the same side, and I hope that the president on our side together with us, and that is very important to stop Putin. And I heard from President Trump a lot of times that
he's not going to do
he will stop the war, and I hope he will, and we need to pressure him with Europe, with all the partners. And I think this dialogue had to be a little bit earlier to understand.
Bro, Putin is a stomp down dude, so if you want to get him to back down, you got to really stand on business. You got to really stand on business and be a stomp down dude like Trump. Otherwise, he's going to do exactly like what he did to Joe Biden and Obama and just spit in their face and go do whatever he wants to do. Straight up.
Where we are. Like, you know, I don't remember exactly, but like President Reagan said, that peace is not just an absent war. Yes, we're speaking about just and lasting peace, about freedom, about justice, about human rights. And that's why I said that I think so, that ceasefire, and you know Putin, he broken 25 times ceasefire during all these years, 10 years.
So I'm not hearing from you, Mr. President, a thought that you owe the president an apology.
No, I respect President, and I respect American people, and if, I don't know, if I think that we have to be very open and very honest. And I'm not sure that we did something bad. I think maybe sometimes some things we have to discuss out of media, with all respect to democracy and to free media. But there are things that where we have to understand the position of Ukraine and Ukrainians. And I think that is the most important thing. Yes, we are partners. You know, we are very close.
Again, why won't you accept the peace deal, bro? It makes no sense.
Those partners, we have to be fair. We have to be very free.
I'm told that you were told multiple times from lawmakers on Capitol Hill and the White House to make today about the minerals deal and the economic deal, and then get it signed and let negotiations play out over security guarantees step by step. Is that true?
I said that we have to sign this document, and we are ready for this, and this will be the first step to security guarantees, but it's not enough. I think so. Maybe I don't know something. I don't know some details. That's why I wanted to share it with the president, my source.
I was going to apologize. I didn't say it should.
Because he has a plan how to stop Putin. And maybe, as I said, maybe it's out of big conversations, but we have to share it. You know, this is so sensitive. You know, just a ceasefire without security guarantees. This is so sensitive for our people. I'm speaking like a president of a people who are in this struggle 3 years, and they just want to hear that America on our side.
3 years, bro. That one dude said they've been living in the middle of World War II since like 2013. Talking about 3 years, boy. It's been 12 years. Come on now.
And that America will stay with us, not with Russia, with us. That's it. But I'm sure that it will be. This is the first step to security guarantees. Europeans, we don't need to lose them. They are good allies for the United States. The United States is the most or the biggest donator of support and of peace. But we don't need to lose Europe, and they also want to know next steps. We have to be very open to understand how to stop the war.
Right. But do you think the public spat in the Oval Office in front of the media served Ukrainians well today?
I think this kind of spat is I mean this this is not good for both sides anyway, and I very open, but I can't
wish they do it
change
more.
Our Ukrainian attitude to Russian, and I don't want they kill us for us. You know, this is very, very clear that Americans are the best of our friends, Europeans are the best of our friends, and Putin with Russian, they are enemies. And it doesn't mean that we don't want peace. We just want to recognize the reality, the real situation.
President Trump is convinced
he's not going to do that.
You will never sign a deal with Vladimir Putin. Is he right?
It's not going to work.
No, I think so. What I think, Ukraine wants peace, and we will have anyway diplomacy. We will have negotiations. I only said that I think so. It's about just and lasting peace. It means that we have to be very strong at the table of negotiations. And at these negotiations, Ukraine and Russia, like sides of this war, have to be, and the United States and Europe. That's what I said. So we are ready for peace, but we have to be in strong position. What does it mean? Just to know that our army is strong, that our partners with us, and that we have security guarantees.
So basically what he's saying is that once his army becomes strong, once he's no longer afraid, he'll sign the peace deal. Because what he's afraid of happening is him signing the peace deal and then Putin breaking it and just decimating Ukraine. That's basically what he said.
Am I not right?
That boy don't believe in his own army. That is tough.
White House today, President Trump said this.
He's looking to go on and fight. He wants to come back right now. I can't do that.
What do you make of that? Do you want to continue fighting Do you want peace? And if he had the opportunity to go back to the White House right now, would you do it?
No, first of all, we want peace. That's why I'm in the United States. That's why I visited President Trump. And thanks for the invitation again. The deal on minerals is the first step to security guarantees. It's meant for the peace, closer to peace. That's why I'm here. And we have tough situation. To understand it is to be in Ukraine. You saw it, Brad. You was once. Thank you again. So I think that's very important to understand what's going on. But I respect my soldiers and our people, our civilians who work and support our warriors. I can't say just stop. Nobody will stop because everybody afraid that Putin will come back tomorrow. We want.
Also, another thing he's basically saying is he doesn't want peace until he becomes a part of NATO. But Putin does not want Ukraine to be a part of NATO because NATO is full of devil dogs, apparently. Demon dogs, devil dogs, whatever. People take advantage of others. You know, people like the owners of BlackRock.
Just and lasting peace. It's true. We want security guarantees. We raise this topic about NATO the quickest way, but not all the countries are on this side. I said, okay, if not NATO, nobody is pushing. If not NATO, let's build NATO in Ukraine. That's my position. Europeans are ready to have contingents on our territory.
I just told you, bro. I just told you. Crazy. Give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. I had to go grab a drink real quick. I just got soda all over my hands, bro. You can't make this up. Alright, let's get into it, man.
Boots on the ground. United States thinks maybe to have, maybe USA backstop have to be just to guarantee that they are with Europeans. Look at Europe. It's strong. It became stronger, but they also want to have allies like the United States. That's what I said. I just want to understand what the peace. It's not my question, Brad. This is the question from all our people.
You mentioned when I traveled to the front lines with you last year to see the situation, to mark the anniversary of the war, and this is what you told me back then.
Will Ukrainians survive without Congress support? Of course, but not all of us. It will be tragedy for all of us, not only for Ukraine, not only for Ukrainians, for all Europe.
You lost weight.
Yeah. So the question today is, can Ukraine win this war or hold off Russia without continued U.S. support?
It will be difficult for us. That's why I'm here. That's why we speak about the future.
Boy, they would get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. If it wasn't for the money and weapons that Joe Biden sent him.
Negotiations. It will be difficult without your support, but we can't lose our values. Our people can't lose our freedom. So a lot of people, Russians came to our territory. You know it. Russians came.
No, that's facts. Like, I get why he's afraid. I mean, he's rightfully afraid, bro. Like, he should be afraid of what Putin can do. But how are you going to be, like, what makes him think that we're going to turn on him? Like, the only thing that Trump is trying to do is get back the money that Joe Biden wasted on him. That's all he wants to do. That's the only benefit that comes out of this peace deal for us, as far as I understand it. Was with those minerals that they're talking about are like high value minerals. And so if Zelensky were to sign the peace deal, we would, as far as from what I understand, the U.S. would protect Ukraine as long as we're getting those high value minerals from Ukraine. From what I understand, I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like to me. And he doesn't want to accept it until he becomes a part of NATO, because he doesn't trust the people of NATO, and it doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever.
Came to our houses, and everybody saw it, video, images, a lot of things. They killed so many people. Just to forget it, just to say that Putin is a great guy? No, without us.
Yeah.
We don't want it. That's why we speak about, everybody remembered how it was the first days of the war, how they came. Nobody wants in Ukraine, yes, of course, nobody will forget it, but nobody wants to have, again, new wave of occupation. That's why when we say, no NATO, what security guarantees can we have? I'm not pushing, we are not pressuring, we're just asking, we're just sharing very clear messages to our friends, to Americans.
Right.
If you stay with us, thank you so much, but let's do the infrastructure of security guarantees. Let's just share with our people, that America, stay with us. That's great. We count on it. But just to share it and to say it, that's all.
How does the war end? How do you get to a
that's
deal?
a great
You're
question.
at a place right now where there is no deal. How do you get it back on track?
I think that Europe is ready for contingents and to help us with financing of big army, such big as we have now. This is our army, the part of security guarantees. Now we want to find the place for our biggest strategic partner, for the United States, or United States will propose where and how the United States will give us security guarantees, what kind of and what part of volume of security guarantees. And when we will be ready with this, we will come to diplomacy. Yes,
Wait. I missed something.
is for our biggest strategic partner. Now we want to find the place for our biggest strategic partner, for the United States, or United States will propose where and how the United States will give us security guarantees, what kind of and what part of volume of security guarantees. And when we will be ready with this, we will come to diplomacy. Yes, with Russia, Europeans, United States, and we. Four of us. I think this is real way, because with weapon, it's too long, it's not enough. We don't have enough weapon to push them out, and we don't see now, for now, we don't see really big volume of new support from the United States, but with all respect again. So,
of course not, bro, because if you've been paying attention, you understand the media is corrupt, and it's not going to report on you losing the war. Straight up.
so for today, we'll be ready with security guarantee. Really, when I say NATO, it's not about that we are focusing on this word. It's about very understandable infrastructure of security guarantees. And you see that no NATO countries for today, no NATO countries been under attacks.
Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, he has been a big proponent of you and of Ukraine, said this today after the meeting.
Yeah, we saw this earlier.
I've never been more proud of the president. I was very proud of J.D. Vance, standing up for our country.
What do y'all think so far?
What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful.
What do y'all think?
And I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again.
Bro, as far as I know, this dude Lindsey Graham is one of them dudes that's been scamming the United States taxpayers. So he can go suck a fat dick. And if he changed his ways, cool. But if not, he can go and fuck off. So Yeah, man, that's your boy Zelensky. Just tripping. He don't trust the allies that he's trying to align himself with, which, if you ask me, is very counterproductive and is very oxymoron. How you trying to build a security? How you trying to build security terms with the allies that you're trying to build them with? You don't trust. That makes no sense whatsoever. None. But with that being said, I'm going to let your boy Nate Diaz take it off from here, man. We're going to go ahead and get up on out of here. Maybe.
Hey, with the fun tour, going out here and all this shit, all over fucking USA, and I'm done with all this shit. I'm cool off all this fucking talking shit. I got a whole team to represent. I don't want to do none of this. I never did want to do any of it. Fuck this nigga and fuck his team, bro. I'm out. I gotta go. Square up with yourself, motherfucker.